Hello, welcome to another just new Let's Play of a game over 30 years old. The game, which would be a had quite of interesting little history of behind it because it is Squaresoft had basically leftover design bits, so they decided. So they are one of their employees, Koji Ishii, went to basically go let's just make this a game, and the first game was called Seiken Densetsu Final Fantasy Gaiden. So, but eventually it would become Secret of Mana, and the connection between Final Fantasy would be both. And this would be Secret of Mana would be the second game of that series. That would be the just quite simplistic intro, showing also a massively beautiful little backdrop of this game. 3 characters and a massive tree. So let's just start this game. And yeah, it looks nice, it sounds nice, and it's gotten already at least one, you could say, remake with a 3D graphics, but I really didn't like that. I think that this game is better with using the original graphics. Most might be the case of art style not transferring well to 3D, or the fact that that game didn't have any, you could say, improvements over this new old one. But let's just start with the Secret of Mana, Seiken Densetsu, and name the main character. Let's be a spiteful and name him as Link. Because, yep, he is Link to the game. So let's just name him as Link. I don't really know that does he have a default name, but let's just go with him. And some introductory text. Exposition. And of course, Chekhov's gun would say that, yep, that would be something which would be technical weapon. And mana, of course, means magic. Magic is what the word is out no more. Yeah, there was an apocalyptic magical war in the past, including a massively artifact-powered sword of mana. A nice special effects chip trickery. Oh, and this should also tell you that, yep, the game's got a massively beautiful art style. Very much of a colorful art style. Yep, the main character was there playing where he wasn't supposed to, and crashes into the water, but survives, luckily. Yep, so now it's the basic tutorial part, and interestingly enough, you can walk a lot about the game screen itself. Actually, it's a very big area that you can walk in the game screen before it starts scrolling, which I really don't like it because it makes this navigation kind of unwieldy in this game. And also there's a chance you can walk, and you can dash, which is not that necessary because, well, you can't control your movement when you're dashing, so it really isn't that useful. But there's flowing river, flowing grass, yep, all beautiful 16-bit thing. Oh, yep, something is calling me. Oh, and there's And yeah, there's some bushes I can't cut through, and very suspiciously inviting looking shiny thing at this water spring. Why was it rusted? Well, let's just take it. There was a ghost guarding the sword. So, but now there's a sword, there's a hit point, there's an indicator of hit points, and the system is quite simple. When you swing a sword, your percentage meter starts growing, so sword swings can be spammed, but if you want to get the full damage, you have to let it charge to 100, and then there's also... Oh, not yet. But for just chopping through the paths, there would be no problem. And, oh, and a monster! Gameplay tutorial thing. Yep. So this game shows that, well, it is very much derivative in style of Legend of Zelda, but it's got a bit heavier RPG elements in it, as in to say hit points are shown as numbers, there's leveling up system instead of just finding extra hit points out, and art style is just ludicrously bright and cute. Rabbits are something like a floppy-eared little things. And whenever something gets whacked, that means you just got a critical hit. And music is nice, color is nice. The general tone of the game can be said to be very friendly and cartoonish, you could say. And it's gonna get quite sugary, I would say. And of course, the writing of this game also, when it was made and then translated, even still with the then quite standard method of who cares, we just need somebody who has some kind of, let's say, Japanese competence in working for Nintendo. That, yep, for Nintendo America. That, yep, this guy knows Japanese, so let's just get him to translate this game. And often the games themselves didn't have that much text either, so it wasn't really, you could say, truly big deal. And sometimes enemies drop treasure chests. Candy, yay! There's this ring menu allowing to move between different kind of things. And showing also levels. And of course, also one thing which would also become later is the action grid, which allows to basically adjust the AI of the character once you actually get to do it. So yeah, to the upper left means that, yep, attack and approach, meaning just get up close and personal with the enemies. It really isn't that kind of, it's quite handy thing. Not extremely necessary, but still handy. And of course, once I now got a weapon skill up, I can't get it any higher. And also there's a chance to have a charged attack. Basically just at this, which are... they are not that useful, I would say. But the game's mechanics are not perfect were not... The game mechanics were not perfectly implemented here. Because, well, if you get a big bunch of even low-level fodder like rabbits attacking you, you might get quite severe amount of stun lock. And once you get a new level, you're gonna get yourself full hit points and magic points. And occasionally, if the enemy hits you, you don't get damage. So that would also be part of the more heavy RPG elements in it. And of course, it would also apply in reverse, meaning that, yeah, sometimes you just swing the enemy and just do nothing. But there would be later methods to circumvent that thing. But now, I guess I just arrived to Otto's village. Oh. Yep, that's a bad feeling about it. That's an inn. Those will be important. Oh. Oh, and there's mention of some scary guy and the elder. So, apparently pulling out the sword means that, yep, summon the monsters. Oh. Oh. But it would be quite foolish to anger somebody who has a sword. Oh, and an earthquake. And a big drop. A new thing. A boss fight. Yep. Monster can just damn it. Annoying. Let's just try it. Yep. And unlike many action RPGs, there really is no way to avoid that kind of attack. So, and now I get magic attack and killed. But and some gameplay tutorial things. Yep, the game doesn't want you to lose or get killed at the first boss fight when you are not particularly familiar with mechanics. Yeah. Which I would say that's a kind of friendly piece of design. Once again I died. Yeah, I know all of that. But now it dies. Yep, this boss fight was designed to be something that, yep, you can't lose this fight. Although rabbits might be able to tear you apart. Swords. Oh, those items are something that, yep, you are with those you will actually upgrade your weapons. So there's a little bit of idea that what should be done with this supposedly weapon of massive superpower might, aka the Mana Sword, which is quite unusual because it's generally storytelling. This kind of big mythical weapons don't appear, at least not right away at the story. But in this game, it starts just. The game starts by, yep, you're gonna get you. This is the magic mythical weapon. And yep, now it's to you. But of course, it is not something that you can just go and smack everything dead with it because it has lost its powers. Oh. And now I was banished from the home. Oh, that's sad. It's real sad. But there would be a little bit of a glitch you could use to actually get back, but it would be kind of pointless. Oh yeah, Link is an orphan. Quite many of these kind of stories have it like that. So because of course orphan would have, you could say, very big and important and impressive. There would be something very big and impressive moments of getting stuff done. So that there's the store. And of course then there would be a chance to buy extra set of outfits. So let's just buy. No. Thank you. So there would be the equipment screen. You have to wear it, and with this. I think it was quite common to this game that, or it came in this game that there would be this kind of ring menu that you could spin around. And of course, there would be no any kind of graphical styling about changing the appearance of how your character appears. So yeah, I got everything I need. I got my sword, I got armor. Oh, yeah, well, that's it. Out from this place. So the only thing would be to get forward. And Cannon Travel Center, which would be quite... Cannon Travel would be a quite iconic part of the Mana series. Although the very first Mana game, which was tried to be basically an action game in the Final Fantasy setting, didn't yet implement things that would make it this game's, you could say, the Mana series own thing. And enemies are cute. They are these walking plants, jumpy floppy things, rabbits, mushroom men. And these would be very much repeating kind of enemies. There are more kind of enemies, but generally the game uses lots of palette swapping enemies. Beware of goblins. Thank you. There's an enemy lurking, and recommended method: smack the enemy. Don't get air. And there's Also, you could say it would be quite recurring element in the mana series. You just go here. This merchant with this lovely, cheerful musical tone, giving in, selling items. Catfall, Neko. Of course, the most. No, I don't need to stay. I'm not gonna save the game yet either. But yeah. So does he sell anything useful? Yes, he does. And also, there's the fact that Neko is not a guy who sells stuff cheap. Neko is actually selling stuff extremely expensively. He usually sells something like a double the price of items sold in other places, but he, at least, or they, because yes, there's whole group of those shady crooks, shady merchants, catmen. I don't know, could they be as shady as Khajiit of the Elder Scrolls, who had a reputation of being thieves and there's some sort of witch. And there's a need for a whip. Major dialogue. And he's got a big poofy hair. And they're attacking a witch. Yep. Very cartoony and colorful art style is very much present. So, once again, and of course they would be at this kind of grand location called Water Palace. There would be many of palaces, but this is a very grand place. And these would be quite a big, not only in this game, but in other mana games as well. These kind of elemental palaces would be important. Yeah, when you are 200 years old, you most likely have something that really keeps you young. So let's just have a chat. So, yep, and there's also some sort of evil organization, the Empire. Yep, so they would be the big antagonistic power. Yep. So, the basic plot is simple. Make mana sword more powerful. Yeah, but it's real smart to be afraid of this kind of apocalyptic weapon. Well, why me? Well, okay, sure, whatever. Me? So yeah, any mana fortress is apocalyptic weapon. What could be done? Yeah, okay, I guess I could. as a mana seal. And they become much later grand-looking things later. And in addition to, and there's also swords. There's also a matter of all the kind of other things. So it would be also time to end this first episode, which basically showed the basic mechanics of the game and the setting of the story as well. So I will say end this episode and save the game as well. See ya.